That is not good. That's a bit better. Alright. Let me get everything settled. Well, it's already live. I don't know why it's saying it's needing to schedule. It's happening right now. Come on. Come on, YouTube. Don't be silly like that. I did not click the video. Alright. Welcome in when you all get in. Welcome in when you all get in. We are doing either tarot cards or oracle cards or both, but just 2 card pulls. And yeah, that is the plan. That is the drill of tonight. Where did that thing go? There it is. Perfect. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about tarot or tarot cards, or what the difference of those 2 things would even be in a sense, ask away. I am a real deal tarot teacher. What's the difference between tarot and oracle? Tarot is a form of life. Tarot is a path of life that involves astrology, astronomy, numerology, metaphysics, and the nature of spirit and the invisible forces around us itself. Oracle, an oracle is just another way of saying for sight. So oracles are those that can see. Oracle cards are to help an individual see what they are missing from an external standpoint. They're more occultish in that sense. Tarot is a tool to help you connect more with the Divine Mother, so that you can be on your destined path rather than your fated path. And that's the difference between tarot cards and oracle cards and tarot and oracle. But even today, what we use as oracle cards, most of them aren't even actually truly oracle cards. There's a specific, not style, but there's a specific like way of oracle cards. They're more symbolic in imagery than most. Can you get oracle? Cool. Sure. Do you want the oracle from the Gateway of Light activation, the Larian Oracle, or the Angel Prayer Oracle? And I can get you. I appreciate the donation. Like, about this, it's something definitely to be learned about. Not many people know it well enough to like truly teach the art and know its origins. Angel prayer, of course, I got you. I'm just not gonna like. It's 1 in the morning. It's 1 in the rising. I ain't gonna deal with that right. I am not dealing with that right now. Yeah. You know how it be. You might not. You might be new. Alright, so your 2 angel cards are Honor Your Feelings, Archangel Anael. Thank you, Anael, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. And the Divine Physician, Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. So this is a time of healing within yourself, within the realm of feelings. Not necessarily in the realm of the heart space, but in the realm of what drives you to do things in life. So that enthusiasm, that inspiration, the inspirit ion, and that fuels you to do things. Maybe needing a checkup, um, or maybe the thing that's being checked up on at this time if you're already currently going through those events. You watch lives a lot? Yeah, I'm usually live. Not usually at this hour, but I try my best to go live. But yeah, just check up what fuel you're taking in, and how you're allowing that fuel to kind of like move through you. Oh, word, that's what's up. Well, I appreciate love that. Truly. Thank you, thank you. Word, that's what's up. I forgot to do this. That reminded me. Because I'm live again. Did I post the link? I did post the link. Hell yeah. Oh dang, vivid dreams. Yeah. Um I'm not really sure what would be causing that within like the planetary alignments, but definitely if you can like remember the dreams, or at least how the dreams made you feel, and like write that down somewhere, to keep it, just for later or something. Because usually whenever vivid dreams start popping out of nowhere, that's a sign of something trying to be revealed to you, some form of revelation. And even if you can't like remember it visually, if you can remember the sensations and the feelings, it kind of helps you gauge. Yeah, nice. Definitely like keep track of that stuff, and just even if you don't know how to describe the feeling, just like compare it to what you would closely resemble it to, and whenever that next thing happened, that next time you feel that feeling, you'll have like that whole memory of like, oh shit, it's connected to this, and then you'll kind of have like it's not gonna spoil anything the divine has for you, because that's literally just impossible, but it will give you more guideline of where to go. It'll give you more of a scent, of like a trail to follow in that sense, so that you're not lost. Because you can get lost pretty it's easy to get lost on a journey. Shadow pool would be good right now. Okay. On what? On what? Oh, I got you though. Oh yeah, that's sick. That's really cool, Janie. And welcome in, Lissa. Welcome in. Welcome in. How we doing? How we doing? How are we doing? Got you, Kay. Got you. Feeling pretty alright. Hell yeah. So, wait a minute. No, that's not. Okay, your first card is Asmodeus with, I believe, Neptune. No, that other thing is Neptune. This is fucking Capricorn. I remember I always get those two confused somehow. Like when using the older version of the zodiac sign. I remembered this time. Anyway, Asmodeus just is logic, intelligence, evasive attachment to material goods, vanity, greed, lust, strong sexual impulses, enslavement, addiction, self-indulgence, obsession with power, sex, or money, a conflict between money and spiritual well-being, primitive urges, uncontrolled passions, multiple partners, adultery, men using women for their own purposes, and women viewing men as financial means to satisfy their whims. And then to your second card is Archmighty's Mirror. And Archmighty's Mirror is ingenuity, resourcefulness, extraordinary thinking, knowledge, skillfulness, a unique way out of a situation, ace with sleep, originality, confrontation, explosive situation, a fever pitch, an explosive temper, and a triumph of reason. So right now, you might, if you're dealing with something that is like really heavy on your feelings and causing you to, just either like shut down, act out, or just not, feel willing to cooperate. Beware of that. There is an easier solution out of this, but you're needing to really use the intellect, the power, the wisdom that you have within, to see what is truly trying to be shown to you in these events that are transpiring. There's a deeper meaning to it. There's a deeper reason for why certain events are happening, and why you feel so attached to them in the sense of, where they get you mad or get you to feel some sort of emotion to an extreme, and just figuring out like that attachment. But other than that, I feel like that's what the shadow work for you is just really about, is trying to figure out like what keeps dragging you back to a certain feeling, a certain way of being, and keeping you away from seeing what it is being given to you or being shipped to you in a sense. But I got you. What's that? And thank you for the donation. I appreciate, love that. Shadow work, shadow deck about art. Got you. That's shadow work about art. No. Okay, it was just you that needed to be flipped over. I don't know why my brain could not calculate that. My bad. I just, I'm tired all the time. So, let's set your first card is Voodoo Ritual. And Voodoo Ritual means a potential accident, negative effects, suppression of one's will, moral, physical violence, elimination, negativity, pressure, oppression, obsessive behavior, failure, desiring excessive control of people's lives, pigmentation, and heart problems. The second card is Grace, with the sun as its element. Let me get to it real quick. Because with sun popping out, I don't remember what sun's fully about, but with sun popping out, it does make a little bit of sense. Um, for why the first card came out. So anyway, with Grace, it's escaping stagnation, illumination, effectiveness, spiritual victory, opportunities, elimination of negative behavior, uh, and freedom from old habits. And then we can, it says to pull an additional card, so we will. And then we have Magic Circle for the additional card of that. And that is Magic Circle, which is security, protection, confidence, concentrated energy, initiation of a successful venture, solidity, and comfortable environment. So with your art, you may be needing to cross a boundary that you're not used to, something that's had you pinned down in the past, or a test of faith that you've been working through is kind of being had you pinned down. You might be afraid of being seen in a light that isn't fully representative of you, or afraid of like um being looked at as something, or being attacked or targeted, or seen as a threat or an enemy by those. But in the true reality of things, you are very protected, you are very safe, and especially when it comes down to your art, especially just from an artist's viewpoint myself. We tend to be very judgmental of ourselves a lot more than anyone else would be of our art, and it's up to us to remember that our uniqueness is what's needed. The fact that we don't have anything to really compare our things to when it comes to art, is because of like that being the new staple, the new groundbreaker, the new method, the new thing, the new wave. And it's really just up to you to truly step into that, see how will express yourself, allowing yourself to, use your art as like a safety zone to express yourself as well, so that you don't fall victim to like these past cycles of doubt, or feeling as if things aren't good within your art. Other than that, um, remember, as well within the art, especially with Magic Circle coming out, just remember within art that everything within art doesn't have to be taken so serious. Um, a lot of protection comes from that inner child energy of not being stressed out, of not being worried, of knowing that something good can happen, and keeping the optimism. So allow yourself to, have that transpire and kind of leech onto how you view your art and how you view making art and things of that nature, as well. And welcome in, you all. How we doing? How we feeling? No worries, I got you. It's what I do. But yeah, if anyone else needs either a tarot card pull or an oracle card pull, uh, let me know. We will get you settled out. We got different decks. We have for the tarot the Archangel Power tarot cards, the Raider Waite tarot cards, the Shadow Tarot, the Animal Tarot, and for the Oracle, we have the Lyrian Oracle, the Gateway of Light Activation, and the Angel Prayer. So, if anyone's interested in any of those, definitely let me know. And they are free. Donations are appreciated, but they're not necessary. Donations aren't a thing that is like a huge like concern over here. Um, in a sense. Or if you have any questions about tarot or how tarot is, or what tarot is, or what tarot cards are, and things of that nature. Because I'm one of like very, very, very few people that can truly answer questions of tarot and tarot cards. Not many people know its history. Welcome in, Joe. He just pops right up in. What's up? What's up? How we doing? How we doing? Gonna get a tarot card in general? Yeah. I just now grabbed the tarot deck. So yeah, I got you. And welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? How's it going? How's it hanging? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? Yeah. Okay. So your first card is the Ten of Swords reverse. Right now, you dependent on your situation, how things have gone, you've either quit thinking of a lot of things at once, let go of a bunch of thoughts, or you are currently in the process of deciding to do that. So you've either done it or in the process of it. Regardless, whatever thoughts you were carrying that were like defeating you, you're not carrying them so much. You're not allowing them to have room. It's not. It's these swords are no longer stuck within you. They're no longer prickling in you. With this sun reverse, there's a lot of vitality that these thoughts that you were that you've recently stopped thinking, or these things that you used to might have said, or these solidified feelings that you've had about things that you stopped feeling and removed from. They caused a lot of a lack of vitality, a lack of feeling joy, true, actual, authentic joy, or feeling truly able to move within life and things. So with this in mind, with this in mind, really allow yourself to keep moving forward on this path of removing certain thought patterns, removing certain thought programs that aren't serving your highest good, or aren't serving the fortune for you. Even if these thoughts are in general just saying, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to do something," or "You're not gonna be able to make this thing here or that." Keeping those thoughts at bay, allowing them to exist, not suffocating them to where they become worse, but allowing them to exist, and then just accepting that they don't have to stick to you. This might be something you need to work on more. There's something that you have been. However, the path is clear that you need to really allow yourself to work with the realm of your mind and see which parts of your mind carry the most impurity, that end up dictating you moving back and forth. Is it possible to get a tarot report on how you're perceived? Um, no, not in that sense. The only thing that you can really get a tarot reading on, in a sense of being perceived, is you could technically get a reading on how you perceive yourself in the moment with tarot. Um, but from like an outside point of view, not necessarily. You can give like interaction rates, like how you interact with them, but if you're what the viewpoint would have to come from you instead of coming from outward. You know what I mean? And when the viewpoint comes from you, it can't go not going outward in the sense of an individual, but going outward of maybe like what outward is, what outward views or what outward actions are preventing you from taking any sort of action or reaction or however. Oh yeah, Joe. Yeah, I don't know. It's like 2 o'clock here, and I was like, I'm just gonna go stream. I like played a little bit of a game with a friend, and I was like, I didn't, we didn't like playing the game anymore. It got boring, so we were like, it's whatever. And I was like, I'll just go stream. Fuck it. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the the difficult part of reviving the tarot knowledge is really trying to get people to remember what tarot is, and not like keep it in like a westernized way, because there's a lot of things that people say, and it's not that it's harming anything when but we can worry about that road when we get there. It's just about getting the truth of the nature of it out in some degree. But there's a lot about how people use and read tarot that's like actually just not it, and it's just it's the whole like the whole like gypsy prank, the gypsy hiding technique. Damn. Yeah, I wish I could wait. I can't wake up at 5 a.m. anymore. I had a period where I was waking up at 5 like every day, and now I can't wake up like past anything but like 7. Well, the reading isn't changed by the individual reading the cards. The message is changed by the individual receiving the reading. The cards themselves don't hold the story of a specific individual, but holds the vague journey of us all, in the sense of the stages of life that progress within the forward movement. So when getting a tarot reading, the card meanings don't change. They shouldn't be changing. The only thing that should be changing is how the querent relates to the reading for everyone and for everyone in that sense. If the cards themselves have different meanings each time, that means that there's not an actual known definition for the card, and people are just using the ego or the rational mind in the time of seeing the card to benefit the case of it, because there's no known solidified fact of what that card means, or what that you know what I mean. So this these are like, I don't know, it's a very interesting thing. Because I mean, I've asked that question and thought about it as well. With like, if every reader read the same, would the messages be the same? And it's like no, because not every person that's going to get the reading is going to be the same. Even if the same person got a reading from two different people, it would be different cards. It would be different things completely, because the cards that you receive from one individual is based off of your interaction with the individual, and another person is going to be different cards because it's based off of that. They might have the same card come out or a similar message come out, um, just because of like the energetic level that you two are able to meet on. But that doesn't mean that one person is greater nor lesser at reading. Just because the cards came out differently in that sense. No, yeah, you have to battle with teams to get them up. I know I remember that from me, dude. Cause it's like I don't know. The best way I can describe it is like a doctor. If you have an issue the same as someone else and you go to the doctor, even though you receive the same medicine, you're receiving different dosages of it. So not every reading is going to go as deep as the other ones, but each one of them is going to give the person a nurturing, the medicine, the cure to what their question was. Whether they want to accept the cure that they received as an actual answer or not is up to the individual themselves, because that's where your free will lies, right? Um, but that's the transaction within the tarot reading. Channeling within a tarot reading is a completely different thing, though. Whenever you channel in your reading cards, you're not picking up the energy from the cards. What's happening is the cards are acting as a clear channel and you're able to pick up on it. You're actually in tune. You're what's called tapped in. What a lot of people say they are tapped in, whenever they're not. They don't really see or hear the actual message from the divine of the cards. They still see it from that rational point. Um, that's why sometimes in readings it takes a while for the person to get deeper within the message. It comes from the rational mind of seeing things where they're not in the character, they're not in the correct outfit for for whatever they're doing, you know. And I'm not, outfit meaning in general. I have to get into my outfit of, of the healer role, of reading the cards, of knowing the tarot knowledge, of being that teacher of it. I have to get in that costume and know it, right? But it's all about getting into that mode that that exports what's happening, and it goes from the rational mind of seeing it first, and then it goes into um, a more spiritualized version. Whether that spiritualized version is fear based or not, it is up to the individual. But that's how it's all working, because the rational mind will block things completely from you ever like knowing that it existed, and then whenever it feels like you're ready, it will show it to you. um you know but it needs to prove itself to you, the observer, why it should have been listened to first. Why does this happen every damn time? Why does this happen every damn time? I'm talking about important shit, and every time I do, it just goes by. It should be fine now. Oh my god, dude. Every time. Every time I start talking about this stuff, dude. It doesn't even have to be this. It could be anything. This, oh, internet cut off. Just like, shut the fuck up. I was getting right. I was about to, like, open the door. I was about to open the door, and the door was shut by the fucking technomancers. Or whatever we want to call them. I don't know. I don't care. It don't matter. The door was shut for a reason. Someone wasn't ready to have that door open. It will remain shut. I appreciate it. I do my best. I try. It's either I have a video that has good information in it that takes hours to fucking upload, or that happens. There's no in between for me. It's just abysmal. I don't even know where I don't even know where I was at. Like the train's gone completely. I seen a flash on my phone. I was like, oh shit, and I noticed it was gone. So I don't even remember where I was at with that whole spiel. But I got somewhere. We made it somewhere. We got a checkpoint. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, people overcomplicate things because we think overcomplicating things makes things easier, and it doesn't. It just fucks shit up. Like, obviously, but you know what I mean. But no, yeah, the gypsies were always like 2 step to like 10 steps ahead. I'm gonna say 10 straight up, because like, how the hell do you make a joke, a little like fake way of doing something, last this long? Like, dude, come on, dude. That's the power of gypsies right there. And only until like recent it's being busted down. And not even busted down like wide open. It's just now being cracked open. What is that chest called? That like chest that like has all sorts of like the infinity gold or whatever the fuck, and it's like has all the things that anyone would need or whatever, like all the riches in the world or whatever. It's like that chest is being unlocked, but there's like more and more chests inside there. And welcome in, welcome in. Because like it just gets deeper and deeper, because it's like, why the mixed art style? Why the Aztec sun? Like, why are we mixing in the Aztec? Like, why we have to go back down to the Aztec calendar to break stuff down? Because apparently we're messing with Aztecian knowledge too, which, of course, obviously, if we're messing with Egyptian, it's going to be around that same bloodline. But, like, why? Like, it was there for a reason, and it wasn't because they wanted to be fucking hip and cool. These were people of intention. Anything they did with purpose, with reason, with passion, with something greater in mind. So it's just a lot to go through. Which is why it's gonna take me so long to break down all the imagery of all the cards for the tarot classes. I don't know when that's gonna be finished, dude. I don't, like, realistically, I've put that so far back on the back burner that it's not even a concern. I'm more concerned of getting the little shorts out and the coincided the whole video thing of them out, and using that for content for the classes as well, than fucking breaking down the cards. How do you tell when a card is in reverse? It will literally be upside down. So the way that you are to truly draw cards for yourself, if I were to draw a card for myself, right, I wouldn't flip it this way like I would be giving it for you. I would throw it off to the side. So, well, the sun was on the bottom, the sun's on the top now. I don't know how. So it's the sun upright, right? But if I did this in this sense of giving you the card, it would be the sun reverse. So it would be in reverse in that sense. But when a card is reversed, it just means it's literally like reversed. This is upright. This is reversed. This is like, or you can call it inverse. Um, However, inverted. Some people, I feel like it's inverted is like the correct term for it, but most people say reversed or inverted. Um, but whenever a card is in reverse, that doesn't always necessarily mean like it's a good thing or a bad thing. For each card, it depends. Each card has its own meaning, and it being upright and reverse, it gives its own story. Like, you wouldn't want to be in the... You wouldn't want to be in the Nine of Wands upright. The Nine of Wands upright talks about being in headaches, stress. You're crammed up. You're on crunch time. You wasted your time. The ideas that you had are all coming up to you, and you're on you're on the deadline, and things are just moving fast, right? With the Nine of Wands being in reverse, it's like there's no need to worry. There's no need to stress. The headache shouldn't, don't worry about having, don't stress things, don't worry too much, don't give yourself a headache. Things are moving through. This is just a test. Things might have been bumpy, but it doesn't mean like things are gonna fall apart or whatever in that sense, right? But like for the Ten of Cups upright, that's the celestial bridge. It's a good thing. But with it being in reverse, that means you're not connected. Whatever you have in your feelings isn't going to branch off into a new offspring or into a new idea. It's not going to be valuable. It's not going to hold any sort of nutrients. It's not going to bring any sort of togetherness. It's going to bring separation and detriment in that sense. Man, what the fuck, dude? And you know what's fucked up? YouTube says I'm not shadow banned. Why does my video only have 44 views if I'm not shadow banned? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, bro? I've talked to my ancestors about it. I've talked to God. I've talked to Father. I've expressed my worry about it to Mother, but didn't ask for anything from her because I'm not ever gonna ask for things from Mother. And it was just like, what the fuck is going on? I got you, Joe. No worries. It's not going too much in depth, but I'm gonna go over like after I go over all the suits and the major arcana, and like what each element of the suit is about. I'm gonna make like a bit more in depth, um, of like how the suits relate to the individual as like a personal thing, and then something else probably. But welcome in. Is there a specific way to shuffle? Uh, yes. I can't shuffle the full way because I am awful at shuffling. But you do this. You cut the cards. You do the bridge thing where you do the cards like that. I can't hold them up like that. But then you like bridge them forward. I can't bridge them back. So you do that. That's how you shuffle. But to connect more with your querent when doing readings, like one-on-one, like face, whether that's in like real life or over camera, you can ask them to give you a number, and what you'll do is you'll shuffle that number. Um, you also need to cut the deck, and what you'll do is you'll split the deck. So you'll do like this, right? This isn't the first cut. This is its own thing, and then one, two, oh shit, well two, three, four. Right. Even though there's five piles, that's four cuts. And the pile that you did before the last one goes on top, and then you put every the other ones on bottom, and then you shuffle again. Well, that's the way to shuffle with the cards. Yeah, and the notification for the lives and shit, all that bullshit, dude. It's annoying. I have three decks. They're not tarot decks, but I would love to design my own tarot deck. Um, I want to have more of an overstanding of a grasp on the cards though, because if I did do my own tarot deck, it would be based off of just pure symbolism, like removing the fleshly nature of things and simply using like symbology. That or using nature itself for the cards art. Um, while also having the knowledge, the wisdom of tarot in the imagery of nature, which I think would be a cool art project, but that's gonna take a while. Yeah, like, dude, it's like if I don't, it's so ass because like I can't do anything about this, and some people want to go, oh, it's evil, witches is throwing magic on people's channel. No, it's not what it's not that small. It's so much bigger than that. Like, get your head out of the gutter. It's not some online witch, dude. This is a battle of souls that's happening. Stop being attached to your fleshly needs. Remember that this is your soul we're messing with. And these people don't want you educating so that souls don't fucking leave. It ain't no witch. It's fucking. You'd be surprised what the hell it is, dude. I don't even know what it is. Hell. It's greater than anyone could ever fucking think at this point, man. Shit's serious. There might be oracle decks about the Hindu gods and stuff. You can look them up. What's that? Here. I'll send you this site. This site has a fuck ton of tarot cards and oracle cards. It has a lot of everything. But this is the site that I used to buy my first tarot card deck off of. It's a very good site, very reliable. What do you mean souls don't leave? No, I didn't say souls don't leave. There are individuals that don't want people's souls to leave. They want to just use them as energetic farms for the rest of their life. And, you know, everyone's experience on life is different. So someone could genuinely be draining the fuck out of you. And it's like, it's important not to get stuck in loopholes, man. Spirituality is not like for the meek. Yeah, that birth chart's it's kind of complicated, but the only reason why it's so complicated is because it goes in so much depth. Oh, I didn't see your question, Justin. My bad. And I don't know. I don't know, Jasmine. Tarot can't help you. Or Oracle really could help you with that form of issue. You need a different form of divination for that answer. Yeah, tarot is to find a disconnect. It's the spotlight in a sense, if you want to think of it. I'm glad you feel what I'm saying. That's literally why one of my things, like one of my little like phrases on my channel. I don't know if it's still there or not anymore, but it's felt not heard for a reason. There are some things that can only be expressed by feeling simply. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what I gotta do and hoping people understand tarot a little bit more. You can ask a question for sure. What's up? Yeah, exactly. Even teachers are learning new stuff. There was, uh, dude, I don't know. I got hit with a huge fucking flashbang, today. Someone that, like, I went to them for a lot of knowledge, for a lot of truth, and I ended up seeing them, uh, falling for the reading tarot wrong trap, and I was like, damn. So that like flashbanged me because it's like there's not a lot of people that actually know this. Because there was a photo of like the angel deck, and then a quote that had nothing to do with the angel, nor the card, nor the numerology. And I was like, how the fuck are you getting? You're just taking a photo of a card and like putting a quote beside it. You're not reading anything. Like, I don't know, man. It's so weird to me. That might have been a channeled, but that you weren't reading the card. You know, call it a channeled message. You're a lot of the readers are channelers, and a lot of the some of the channelers might actually be readers. It's very weird. Tarot can't answer that question, Jasmine. That's not a question for tarot. That requires a different form of divination that I do not have access to at this point in time. Damn. Started raining hard. That's how it be. I wish it would rain here. Fuck, man. I miss the rain. I mean, it was really rain. It was raining earlier, but I mean, it was like sprinkle. Yeah, as someone that teaches tarot, I can't uh give fake readings, unfortunately. I have to keep it like blunt and real because a lot of people like don't they just don't get it. What's the difference between channeling and reading? Well, if you're going when if you're gonna just say reading, I know you mean reading tarot cards in that sense. But channeling is whenever a spirit comes down into the vessel of a being to relay a message for, you know, a period of time, whether it's for a second or, you know, a long period of time, whether it's verbal or a quick like, oh shit, this happened, right? When reading the card, because when reading tarot cards, you're reading a 72-page unbinded book, and each page is a card, and each card hole is like a picture book, right? The words of the book are in the photo, are in the imagery of the card. If you don't understand the symbology within the card, then you don't understand what the card's saying. So when you're reading tarot cards, what you're doing is you're seeing the story, the position of your querent, how they are in their story based off what they told you, from the imagery on the card that comes out based off of y'all's interaction. and that's coming from quantum mechanics and quantum tunneling, where you two are in agreement. Where two come together, then the third can arise. That third spirit of of being a mutual agreed. Hey, I'm gonna do this for you. Out of an act of love, or however the person is doing the act out of, right. It's then given into that middle ground spirit. Um, Me personally, the science behind like how the cards are doing the thing itself, I've talked to it with a lot of people, and I still feel strongly about the cards themselves, the images on the card, since we can't really see them just rapidly flashing through, and until we like physically look at one, to see like what traces of light it's left behind, and it's not going to be like a solid image, right? You know what I mean? I went off a little bit of a course to explain like the difference between channeling and reading, but that's the basis of like channeling and reading. Is channeling is a spirit that comes down into the vessel to give a message, and reading the cards is actually reading and seeing the symbology of the cards and using that to your querent's benefit. Um, and again, like that's you know you would expect the cards themselves to be a bit deeper than how people use them now. You know what I mean? Like if you really think about spirituality in life, it's not that deep talking about other people, or it's not that deep talking about situations that are happening to people. It's not that deep talking about outside forces. That's a very external thing. It's shallow, right? That hasn't hit the ground. That's still very close to the ground. I mean, it hasn't gone past the ground level. Excuse me. It's at the ground. It might even be above it for some cases. But the deeper you get to it, the more you actually hone in on it. But tarot is just, it's an artifact. I don't know, man. But yeah, see you, Joe. I'll catch you around. But the art of tarot is a very mystical one. And the the skills and the knowledge that is passed down um has been forgotten. Um the chakras originated uh well they I mean they were in Sanskrit, but the Egyptians called them the orats, um which was similar to energy will, or but with the orat system, um they put every orat or every chakra with an Egyptian god to show more the benefit of each of the orats, um and also in a way to show you how to take care, and not necessarily show praise, but to how to give thanks to each orat. um they delved into shadow work, and what it meant to actually do shadow work, and what cleansing your shadow really meant, and what having a shadow meant and stuff. The Arat, ARAT. I have videos on my channel. If you go to my channel and go to the playlist tab, you can find a playlist called the Errata System. Um, and I talk all about them. But it's the Egyptian Kemetic way of seeing the chakras. Yeah, connecting to your higher self is a form of channeling, in a sense. it's aligning you to a higher force to receive some form of message, to receive some form of inspiration, to move forward. And no worries, I got it. I have a lot of stuff like on my channel in the playlist. It's just does not get seen by people at all. Like it's hidden really bad. May month cards. For what? Oracle or tarot? Because tarot's not used for future predictions in that sense. Yeah, read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, Kay. They go into depth about shadow work and the importance of cleansing the shadow. You'll never really get rid of your shadow, which is why the healing journey never ends. But it's not about trying to run away from the shadow. You know, whenever you look at it, no matter if you look at it or not, you're always going to be faced with the light of it, because the fact that you feel it and can sense it shows that you are aware of it, that you can see it in some degree. That sight doesn't have to be a visual thing. That sight can be a sense that you feel. And you can't run away from things when you see them. It's about allowing that shadow to nurture you, to allow you to know that there's someone else walking beside you that's gone through everything that you've gone through, but has handled it in an opposite way. They're the wisest mentor you'll ever have. Your shadow truly is, but you have to clean it. You have to make sure that there's no rashness attached to it. There's no rigidness. Making sure that it's actually getting hit. That you're actually being in the light, being able to see the situation, so that the shadow self can show itself fully, and not partially. Yeah, Thoth is crazy with the information on stuff. But for the Oracle, do you want the Angel Prayer, the Gateway of Light activation, or the Lyrian Oracle? And I'll get it for you. Damn. Damn. So I got hit out of the blue. I got smacked out of the blue. I did not expect to receive that message, so I'm going to. I'm just gonna rock with it and be cool with it. I haven't heard from Raw in a minute, and I had like the craziest like moment that happened. So something's happening. Uh, yeah, what Oracle deck? Do you want the Angel Prayers, the Lyrian Oracle, or the Gateway of Activation? Surprise you? Well, you have to pick. It's your reading. What is it for you? I need you to tell me what deck you want. Angel, I got you. Both Angel, I got you. I'm gonna get Ved first, Katie, because they asked a bit before you, but I'll jump from theirs to yours. I got you, no worries. So, Ved, your first card is Inner Power with the Divine Father. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating your my world with me. And the Divine Physician, Archangel Raphael, thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. So right now, ask for Father and Raphael to kind of help to create and mend things into your reality that you're desiring if you are in a time of lack. If you're in a time of needing to leave certain situations, or in a time of needing to rebuild connections, definitely also call upon like Raphael, because Raphael can help with those as well. Overall, in general, it's time to create things, and whatever is going to be created is going to cause healing on some form of self. Whether that healing is, allowing yourself to know that you can, go for the career that you've been desiring for, or that healing being in the sense of just having mental fortitude and peace. So Katie, here is your angel reading. So Katie, your angel reading is the miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to connect through nature and fresh air. And love and accept yourself. Thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self-acceptance. So right now, Katie, with your situation, um, getting out into nature is what's gonna really help you. If you haven't been like, getting out of the house, with you and your girls, just for walks or just time outside, just to breathe and to gather your mind, that would be a good thing to do. At the end of the day, with love and accept yourself, there may be a plan that you have deep down inside that you're not sure how to go about, because you don't want to cause a scene or have any form of, emotional outburst happen. But you need to be remembering at the end of the day that even if an emotional outburst does happen, even if something happens in the sense of, someone getting mad about you leaving, or with them, or however, it's about you choosing yourself. It's about you loving yourself enough to protect you and those that you wish to protect, rather than being affected by the feelings of someone who you are already on edge with. But that's what I got for your reading, Katie. But definitely try and create some form of space um, between you and the situation, so that you can fully breathe. Where is it? Learning to speak with positive outcomes can definitely be a challenge. When you're not used to it, or like know how to begin with it. Because you always have to know how to begin with things for even anything to work. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, Oracle, health methods. Yeah, the Oracle. Do you want the Oracle done with the Gateway of Light Activation, Delirium Oracle, or the Angel Prayer Oracle? Um, and in peace, I don't have the right divination on me to check if anyone is doing any form of work on you, but in the sense of sending you negative energy, if you sense negative energy coming from anyone, it's coming from you first. So to stop the negative energy from festering inside of you, you first need to allocate and figure out why you feel the negative energy towards that individual. Why are you accepting the role of a lower vibration um by allowing yourself to identify with certain things with individuals rather than allowing an individual to exist, and you do your best to shield yourself so that they can't affect you in that sense, because it's all a mental game. It doesn't matter what someone is, it's all a mental game. If you can just put that blockage up of knowing that that individual can't do one thing or another, they simply won't be able to in your reality of things, in your scope, in your line of sight. Do delirium. Delirium. Yeah, I got you, yeah. And the angel, yeah, I can do one for both. It's all good, no worries. But yeah, I got you. Welcome in, Cassandra. How we doing? How we feeling? Man, my nose got really stuffed on that one. That like I know I've been stuffy, but that when I said how are you doing, that was just awful stuffed. That was bad. I need to go back in the shower after this. What did you want your health, mental, yes, health. That's what you wanted. I was like, what the hell? Like, I remembered it, but then I forgot for a second. It's not good. So we have Clear Your Vibes, Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field for you, Kush. And then we have the new time, positive self-talk, advancement, opportunity, and leadership. So right now, with health, asking Metatron to, clean your energy field to help you, remain stable, to keep the vibes around you clean and uplifting at this time is going to help you. The things may be feeling a bit heavy around you right now because you are going through like a time shift, going into either a new timeline or just elevating to a new level of where you're already at. But regardless, this is a time of expansion and growth. So allow yourself to have that freedom to expand. Don't be afraid to expand. Don't box yourself in out of a fear of expanding. and a fear of losing self, because you won't ever lose that part of self. But overall, for the health and things, just ask Metatron to truly like help you clear your vibes and things. A lot of things might be hitting you on the mental health because it's just, changing timelines, things moving around you, things dropping, things gaining, things moving faster than others, and just all around just sensory overload. So just take time for meditation, take time to take a break, take lead of the situation, however you need to handle a situation, handle it that way for yourself, and walk that path. I I don't know. Uh, I don't know. If you send me a photo, I might be able to tell. I'm not sure. Again, I don't have the right divination for that right now, Katie. Um, I don't have anything on me that would give you that answer in a sense. That requires a different form of divination. Yeah, I've been enjoying the doing those videos. Tomorrow might be annoying with them because I might try. I'm probably gonna just knock out the rest of the cups and then do the swords. Um, just so I can make the video on the cups. And something else that I was gonna do a video on. But yeah, I got you. I got you, Katie. The further we go down this path, the more we're gonna talk about it. Like I want to talk about the zodiac at some point, not right now, but at some point. And I want to use the original symbols for them. Like Mercury's original symbol was a sandal with wings on it, and Scorpio was a phoenix. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more about it than. And a lot of the laws are wrong too. Some of the laws that planets are governed are wrong. Like Venus is not a feminine planet; it's a masculine planet, and it deals with the relationships on the flesh, on the physical. That's why it deals with love. You call it the love planet. It is dealing with relationships pertaining to the flesh. That's also why it's known as Lucifer, because it's got lust and shit up in there. But there's so much, dude. There's so much to talk about. There's like that's what's difficult for me. I don't know what I want to talk about first. I have all this like knowledge crammed in my brain, and I have to. walk a certain path to get all this stuff moving. I need to make that a list. Anything on Gemini? Um, well, if you have the placement of Gemini, you're actually a Sagittarius. That's all I know about Gemini. Um, but that does not mean no. If you're no, never mind. I'm gonna reverse and not retract that statement. But yeah, if you're a Gemini, you're an original Sagittarius. Because the order of the zodiac are all fucked up. What about for Scorpio? Scorpio's Aquarius. Yeah, like Sagittarius are Gemini, and Gemini are Sagittarius. Like actually, so they're literally the fucking same. Capricorn stays the same because it's the cardinal sign, for the Earth element. The cardinals stay the same. So Aries stays in Aries. Cancer stays Cancer, Libra stays Libra, and Capricorn stays Capricorn, right? Um, so they're good. The mutable and the fixed and the mutable signs, excuse me, are the ones that are messed up in the order. Um, they couldn't mismatch the cardinal signs because the cardinal signs mark the equinoxes and the beginning and ends of seasons, and if they fucked that up, then they would mess up too much stuff and it would cause the world to go into complete fucking utter darkness. And not even in the sense of it being like a good or bad thing, but just no one would know any form of truth at all. So there were hints left behind to keep a bread trail drum. But the cardinal signs were left alone to signify the start of it. The other ones were just flopped around. You just have to know the elements and how and how they're ordered. Scorpios, Virgos are Pisces and Leos are Scorpio. Surprisingly enough. But yeah, Aries is Aries, Taurus is Leo, Gemini is Sagittarius, Cancer is Cancer, Leo is Scorpio, Virgo is Pisces, Libra stays Libra, Scorpio is Aquarius, Sagittarius is Gemini, Capricorn stays Capricorn, Aquarius is Taurus, and Pisces is Virgo. Um, but yeah, that's the correct order of the zodiac. We're not gonna worry about Officius until we get more information on it. We know it's the sun, we know it's the middle, we know it's you, the healer, the body, the one that is healing itself, right? Um, but until we kind of get this information solidified, we don't need to worry about Officius. Because what element is Officius? And if you're going to say the element of spirit, then what planet represents spirit? Astrology, astrologically, not from Western point of views, but from Eastern point of view. You know what I mean? Prayers or meditation music. Personally, no. when I work with Metatron, I really just, talk to him directly within prayer. There's not much I do. There's not really like a setup. If anything, I'll take like a cleansing bath with salt and water or whatever. That's normal. But I just like direct talk to them. I don't really have like a meditation or not for it, but I'm positive if you just if you search up like Metatron frequency for and then blank whatever your reasoning is for looking it up, there should be good ones that pop up. I got you. What's up? What's up? How are you? How are you? I'm doing well. How are you doing? How are you doing? Man. Yeah, Libra stays Libra because Libra's the cardinal sign. No, Virgo is Pisces. Which cards are there? For the Oracle, there's the Lyrian Oracle, the the Gateway of Light activation, and the Angel Prayer. For the tarot cards, there's the Rider Waite Tarot deck, the Shadow Tarot, the Angel Tarot, and the Animal deck. And yeah, you can get the two card pool, Cassandra. What are you wanting it on? You can go to Metatron for to ask to cleanse some things. If working with the spiritual courts, you can ask Metatron to retrieve documents that were written. You can ask Metatron for protection, uh, memory boosts, in that sort of sense. But that's like a little bit advanced type stuff. I should have really mentioned. Anyway, um, but yeah, um, you can call on really any of the angels for really any reason, but Metatron's main like purpose is like record keeping, keeping things safe and secure and up to code, um in that sense. What I got you, Fly. What are you wanting the reading about? Don't hate to ask a question, it's something that you have to work through. Allow yourself to work through it. Don't allow hate to be a permanent a permanent resident within the process. um but right now, with why you're in your feelings and why you're feeling anxious right now with judgment reversed, there's a call you're not listening to. That feeling of anxiousness, that feeling of stress is trying to warn you of something. And it might not be known, but it's your job to investigate that fear, that anxiety, to figure out why it's showing itself there to you. When you investigate your anxiety and your stress with the intention of why are you here, like what around me or what inside of me has triggered you to come there, instead of investigating it to see what the mind has created up to create that stress, or what the mind is seeing and perceiving to create that stress. When you see it from the other way, it becomes more productive. But there's a call, there's an awakening that you haven't quite got yet, got to. There's something that's still a slumber um when it comes to uh maybe even past feelings or a realization of self that hasn't quite yet happened. And with the Seven of Cups reverse, when you're doing this, or maybe even the past when you did, maybe you've done this in the past, already, but you got up and you ran with the first thing that came to you. Make sure you don't do that when you receive the information, when you receive that feeling, because this is going to be definitely something you're going to be feeling. It's going to cause some form of feeling response. Wait, don't run and jump with it off immediately. Wait for the divine to truly show you what you need to feel, um, and not really show you, like, not what you need to feel in the sense of if you don't feel something that's going to happen, but show you what you need to feel in the sense of what they're trying to show you what's going on, so you can have a greater oversight. So really take time for meditation, introspection, working on that third eye chakra, so you can pierce through the illusion, or the veil that things may have on you at this time. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Um, but fly. What did you want your reading on from the shadow tarot? Because I can get one. I can get that for you. Just what are you wanting the reading on? Like, just a general one, or is it about anything in specific? I got you, Cassandra. No worries. General one. I got you. I got you. I got you. The card never gets old coming up. It's just so weird. So you have Ajiman, which is charlatan, cynic, materialism, extremist, vengefulness, selfishness, dishonor, meanness, deceit, bad advice, sarcasm, rigid rationalism, fanaticism, racism, aggression, greed, highly intelligent, monetary fraud, concealment of income, misleading information, breaking with conviction, putting up a mask, embezzlement, loss, damages, and cold logic. And the second one we have is Thor, the symbol of Jupiter's spirit, which is interesting to come out after that. But that's great achievements, a success, a successful individual, optimism, charisma, fate, skyrocketing to success and wealth. So right now, and with Taurus energy as well, I should mention. So this has a lot to do with work. Whether this is whether this is like your work ethics or what you're working on. There's things kind of going around that's a bit bumpy when it comes down to work. There's maybe a bad turn. Maybe you took bad advice with what you were doing. Maybe you ended up having an idea that wasn't a great one. But whatever the case is, you've made it down the path of faith, down the path of fate. Excuse me. And now that the path of fate is over, you're coming upon the blessing of Jupiter, the grace of what Jupiter can give you, the blessings, the luck, the vitality. So something might seem like it's not gonna work. Something might seem like it is out of bounds or out of reach, or just too good to be true. But there's something about Jupiter and the way Jupiter's working with this reading, especially with Taurus, that's gonna have a lot of luck with your work. So kind of the same laws of Saturn. However, you've been working on this project, it doesn't matter how you feel about how much you've worked on it. It matters about how much work you put into it. So it doesn't matter if you've done shadow work and you don't feel like your shadow work's working. You've put in the work. So there's going to be a retrieval of what you've put out within your work. Um, but there may be mental blockages that's making you feel as if it's not going to be as grand, or as if you haven't done much, or that it's not going to happen at all. And at this point in time, I would definitely, especially with Jupiter coming out the way it is with Taurus, even I would try and get a more grounded or at least try and alchemize your thought forms or your mindset about certain things, so that you're able to reap more of a reward. And that doesn't mean you're going to receive more of what you already are receiving of. It just means you're going to be able to receive it with more of an open mind and know exactly how to use it to expend, to stretch it out further, so it's not used up as quick. But that's what I got for you, Fly. Yeah, YouTube is just doing dumb shit, dude. I don't know what YouTube's problem is. They gotta fix it though. Like it's abysmal, dude. I got you, Fly. No worries. Love you as well. I got you. A general read, sure. What do you want? A tarot read or an oracle read? And I'll get you. I'm gonna post tarot is true. Okay. Do you want the shadow tarot, the Rider Waite tarot cards, the angel tarot, or the animal tarot? And I'll get you done. I'm just gonna start posting that because I haven't done that in a minute. Here's the tarot deck action. We got choices over here. We let you choose what deck you want. Gotta get used to boredom class. Goodness. I wish my allergies weren't like doing this to me, bro. OG writer got you. We love the OG writer. Alright, so your first card is the Two of Swords. So you're at some form of stalemate, indecision, due to you having multiple thoughts that aren't aligning up with what you're desiring. These thoughts are blocking you from really remembering the why, or seeing the nurturing of what you've been, what you're thinking about. With the two being the numerology, I feel called to mention the two, and that's all about the masculine energy being able to push things forward. Um, but regardless, there's something that you're not quite seeing fully, and it's because these thoughts that you're having are keeping you blinded away from the vast knowledge, the vast truth of a situation that will be there. This might be there because of rigid or rational thinking, or jumping to quick conclusions and thought forms in that sense. So beware of that at this time. And we have the Six of Cups, and right now you're just being asked to come back to the divine, the heart space, the true self, the true observer, of both, of not only just your situation, um, but of you and your reactions as well. But regardless, with the Six of Cups, it's time to come back to yourself in a spiritual sense and to see something from a higher realm, so that you're not stuck within this rational way of thinking, this rational way of being, where you're being blindsided and cut short, by old thinking patterns, or just by thinking patterns in general. Dude, oh my god. I can't breathe out my nose. Got you. No worries. I'm just doing what I do. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I do that I don't talk about because hermit things, I guess is what you could say. But like, you gotta be careful because sometimes when you go hermit mode, you discover certain things that you, though you could talk to individuals about and it would help, it's more of like a nuclear weapon that you're holding, and if it goes into the wrong hands, that individual will lose their mind. Which happens a lot. Spiritual psychosis. A lot of people have spiritual psychosis and they don't realize it. And a lot of those people, I think that's just a curse that the gypsies put on things. I guess that's the curse. It's just you get spiritual psychosis now. Yeah, you're not your beliefs. If you believe you're your beliefs, then you are. But why would you want to be your beliefs? Why wouldn't you be something that you know? You can have all the faith in the world, but once you know something, it's over. It don't matter if someone says no, you're not, like to your face a million times. You're gonna know it's you. You're gonna know it because you experienced it. Man, being shadow banned is stupid. Like it really is just like, hey, you're making too much noise and making us like get flagged by certain agencies. Quieten down, we're gonna like nerf your money. And it's like, why would you do that? And then lie about it. You talk to them, you use like the chat, and they literally say, oh, we don't shadow ban, we don't believe in that. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in it or not. I'm telling you, as someone on your fucking platform, that it's a thing, and I'm affected by it like every fucking day, dude. Like, dude, my channel got flagged really early on because I grew so fucking quick. Um, I like for those that were like around whenever I was like growing, like I had like supernatural growth on this channel, like crazy, like beyond what a lot of people, a lot of readers even would had seen, and immediately after that, they have been tanking me down, and it's fucking pissing me off because it's like I know what they're doing, and I have to handle it spiritually. There's nothing I can like do other than like talk to the courts and make petitions about it, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, the answering of harder weird questions definitely contributes to the shadow banning for sure, and this trying to the attempt to silence the voice, which it just, it's like, man, I don't know, because then I start losing subscribers and shit because people think I don't upload. It's like, oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe for them, and it's like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, and it's good to know that I'm that powerful, but it's like, bro, like, just fuck, like, leave me alone. I'm not bothering no one. I'm over here minding my own business. Don't, if I focus on you, it's gonna be game over. Don't make me focus on you, because I will, and it won't be fun. But, like, it's what, it's like, it's just so stupid, because it's like, Because here's the thing. If I wasn't being affected, if YouTube was not affecting me the way it was, the right, I would have an apartment by now. My credit score wouldn't be good, but I could probably talk to like either the owner if I went privately or like whoever the fucking manager is of the complex and be like I can pay extra for that. And but like and then got my credit up, but it's literally like ever since um I got my first AdSense check back in that first apartment, that's when things start going downhill. But that check that I got was like 4 months worth of revenue. And after I got that, everything started to tank. So I don't know what the fuck, what was like going on with that. You dude, like it's so bizarre, and it's like I don't get mad. I realize where I could be. I understand that if I was in that position, I probably wouldn't be happy. But and I'm just like, I'm walking the path still because I'm not gonna jump off of it. I just want to know like why why do I have to remain in a circus? Like even not even just me, but the mirroring of me, where there's a part of me that doesn't know things that is projected out, that doesn't end up researching those things, which is voluntarily my fault because I don't research some things that I should. Um, simply I don't research it simply because of an uninterest in it, but it's the agitating mirror effect. I don't research things so other people won't research things, but even if I research things, other people still won't because it's a every majority rule type thing with human nature. Yeah. It's like now I just get bots and weirdos and shit. I never used to get this many trolls when I went live. It wasn't until I was like leaving that one place until I got the trolls, dude. Like, I don't know, man. It's been a crazy year. I'll leave it at that. It's been a fucking bizarre year for this channel. Dude, so much shit's happened on it. I've gone through so many phases, so many schools of stuff, dude. It's been like wild. But, you know, they always attracted to the light. That's just what they do. It's just how they gotta move. Yeah, I wanna keep the chill vibes because I like the chill vibes and stuff. Um, I don't know. I appreciate love that, Cassandra. I'm proud of myself too. Uh, I'm not gonna lie. There have been like a lot of times where I've like just wanted to give up because it's so annoying. Like even when I attempt to be independent, I still have an invisible hand that's going to fuck me over if I don't suck its fingers. And it bothers me because it's like, dude, you can't just go around and block me out your algorithm because I'm saying words that you don't like. What the hell? I mean, you can because free will, but What the fuck, dude? But yeah, I'm not. I refuse to give up on this. It gets tough. I know I'm like protected and safe. I'm getting better with like my stress and worrying about stuff. It's just man, because it's something that everyone can relate with. It's just there's so much good, there's so much positive, to me positive, and to others that share the same similar vision, positive things that I want to do to help people on this realm, not just with tarot, but just like with you know foundations, having like land and shit, and all sorts of stuff, having like resources that we can give out and things that would help people. But it's just like it's just not time, or the right thing hasn't clicked. You know, the right millionaire hasn't popped in chat and said, "Oh, I'm gonna support you." And then just donate me money. Is what's happened, and that hasn't happened yet. So that's what we're waiting on. Does anyone know any millionaires who is willing to kickstart and fund projects to help the public? It's for educational purposes. Hell, buy me a building. I'll just sleep in the building. I'll live in the building, dude. There'll be a compartment I can turn into like a mini bedroom slash like studio thing. No, it's called getting assisted by someone who has an advantage. No, but damn, man. That would be a really nice occurrence to have happen. But yeah, we want generations of wealth, man. We really do. Because the difference, see, it wouldn't really be sucking finger, Daniel, because I started this from the ground up. That would, getting the donations now would be more of like a, okay, you done something. And not just, hey, give me money for this thing that hasn't even lifted off the ground yet. Yeah, the right person will come and fund. It will happen. I've posted like a few ads on like Facebook things where you could ask to get funded, and I was like, could someone help me fund like a laptop so I can better run my business and things. No, maybe becoming a millionaire. Oh, word. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that tomorrow. Man, I'm not gonna have anything to eat with it though. That's gonna, man. I don't know why, but I want to eat something and watch something. And if I watch something, the chance of me eating something might go up, which is a good challenge. But if I fail, I'm gonna be so upset with myself. Do I write? Not professionally, but I have a few books. No, you're my mirror. You're my mirror. Okay, chill. You can't be doing that. I have to like mimic you now because of that. Have I published digitally? No. It's an email. You know, you can email me for the books. That's how I have it, but I haven't published digitally with them. But yeah, I know a lot. I know a lot of people. If they had the funds, that they would. It's really just the struggle between the economy being shit, and then the algorithm being manipulated because they think it's fun to do. I don't know the reason behind it, but their algorithm's fucked up because even though it's AI, whoever coded it is an idiot, and that's where I'm in. That's just where I'm ending it. They're an idiot. They need to update their fucking AI. That's all they have to do. Truth is greed. Uh, it can be. Truth can definitely turn one into a greedy individual. Um, but for truth being greed, I wouldn't say it fully exactly in that sense. Yeah, debt is awesome, and I don't agree. Simply enough, I don't agree, and I have the right to disagree. Yeah, I'm always eating something when I'm watching a movie. I gotta snack on something. Right. If that could just only be seen and like agreed upon, Daniel. But once you start playing their game, they either play it even more or back off completely. So hell yeah. Well, peace out, Cassandra. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm probably gonna go soon. I'm getting like woozy. My eyes are having a hard time. I'm like almost strained a little bit. But I can stay for like, what is that? Is this a 19? I can stay for 10 more minutes. I can stay for 10 more minutes if anyone else needs readings or however. Oracle readings, tarot readings, questions. Uh, email me about that, Ellen. And we might be able to work something out because there's certain words that I spell um and it's supposed to be that way. Um, so email me about that. We can definitely talk about that for sure. You take a general love reading. Oracle or tarot? Oracle or tarot? Man, I gotta go to bed. I gotta sleep soon. I'm losing my mind. Valerian, I got you. I say I'm losing my mind, but I'm not really. I'm just fucking like. Goodness, dude, my eyes. I think I've strained myself with my eyes. I think I did a lot of. I've been looking at my screen a lot more than usual today. But it's all been for work, so that's I can't like complain about that. At least it hasn't been me like goofing off. The cosmic cats pull up. We love when the cosmic cats pull up. So the first one you have is fusion, balance schedule, heart living, tantric union, and wonder, presence, well being, and gift of life. Live from your heart. Be more present within life. For the general love. If you're wishing to receive love, don't seek it from a specific individual. Seek it from things in general, and watch as things that you're desiring to have happen, flow to you, in a more eased way. Um, if this love is something to do with like career, um allow yourself to work from more of a heart space in that sense. Be more childlike, have more of an imagination towards with it. um Regardless, there's gonna be, be more, have more tantric with you. Don't uh give yourself an extreme pleasure um over things. Allow yourself to ride the wave of gratification of life, moving up and down. So it's like a relationship. Don't feel the need to rush into it. If this is like a change of careers or however, let that love carry you from one place to another. Don't be rash with the decisions, and just don't fight the flow of things at this time. It's very important to operate and to be in that heart space. Yeah, tantric. It's a Buddha thing. It's a Buddhist thing. It's like involving yoga. Tantra is just really, slow movements within the body. It's a form of yoga. But it's like it's to help one expand on self realization. Everything is tantric. It's just up to you to take that journey. You have to take things slow. Don't rush things. But don't let things simmer for too long either. You'll ruin the pot or the pan of whatever you have if you let things simmer for too long. Um, it can also do with like sexual energy. So like your sacral chakra could be looked at as well. I need to like not wear this fucking head this thing without having like something on my head, because it's like starting to make me itch, which is not good. Cause like the thing is like it's fucking shedding. Ugh, it itches my head so much. The one thing about tantra and orgasm, though, is it's very important not to release. If you release, it's okay, but the point of tantra being in tantric sex is to not release that orgasm. Is to draw up that sexual energy for other use. take different walks of life, study different branches. Um, Spirituality is not just about one God and the way it kind of seems to be from an outside point of view. Take the walks of all these lives. Celtic, Romans, fucking, the Egyptians, the Sumerians, the Indians, their tribes, like everything. Look at different walks of life. Study what they did. Study how they did. That's how we know about chakras. Chakras is not a Western thing; it's an Eastern thing. Chakras is Sanskrit, but it was popularized in like what was it, East Asia or something, majorly. Well, it was repopularized, I should say. But yeah. Yeah, it's there. You have to know how to. I mean, you don't have to. I don't know why I keep saying you have to. You don't have to do shit. If you are on the journey to knowing those types of things, those sites can be of help. Oh, got you, Daniel. I read the word wrong. Is what happened. Because after you were talking, I was like, you're not talking about what I was talking about. So I misread something. Because there's no way. So I just misread organism for orgasm because that usually happens with a funny thing called dyslexia and it being almost 4 o'clock in the morning as well. That's another funny fact that can add on to that as a really big detail. But yeah, here in like 2 minutes, 1 minute ish, I'm a hop out. If you need oracle reading, a tarot reading, let me know. And if not, we'll just chill out. And that's perfectly fine by me. Heck yeah. Love to see it. Love to see it. We appreciate love you over here. Thank you for joining. Don't be afraid to look around at the playlists that we have on the channel for the classes and stuff. You can learn a lot of things in this place about tarot and just Egyptian ways of life and things of that nature, like angel defense magic. We got sigils, meditation music, um, all sorts of stuff. That's what you gotta do. That's how you keep yourself living. That's how you keep your soul living. Your soul doesn't need food, water, oxygen. It needs wisdom. It needs nutrients. It needs to remember. It needs to be part again. Oh, yeah. Breathing is crazy. Um, Breath work can do so much shit. A lot of people get anxiety with breath work because they're not breathing right. They weren't trained to do it right. Because you can really like fuck up your diaphragm and cause yourself to think that you're like choking and unable to breathe. Yeah, we keep a really nice community here, you know. Everyone that talks in chat is basically a regular. Everyone that pops in is a regular and we all get along. Even when someone new comes in, we get along. We ain't got no issues with no one. Oh yeah. The first experience I had with breathing was with fire breathing. And I didn't know what I was getting into until after I did that. And I was like, there's no way that this is like I can just do this whenever I want. Like, yep, you can. And you can also give yourself, you can also hyperventilate um, doing it too if you're not careful. I didn't hyperventilate, but I definitely found out really quick because it can definitely stimulate that. Yeah, just do like basic breathing exercises, Kay. Like actually do that and have mint. Mint will help you loosen up the phlegm and mucus in your lungs. You'll cough that up or get rid of it, however. And then just do like breathing exercises, like in for 4, out for 4, in for 8, out for 8, in for 16, out for 16, right? And stuff of that nature. Oh yeah. Um, I didn't fully do it, but I was tempted to do fire breathing in the sauna. Um, I don't know how well that would have. I mean, that would have worked, and I know it would have went well. But like, as far as like for a shamanic thing, I don't think that's the best place to do it. Yeah, I try and keep it a safe space. Um, the only thing that like this place isn't safe for is ignorance. Like it's one thing to disagree and us be okay with that, but it's another thing to try to instigate and to fucking argue, man. Like I just want to have a peaceful place where we can come together and talk about some stuff, get down to the bottom of things, get some truth out, share knowledge, educate each other so that no one's fucking running around lost anymore. Like if we just all relax and just sit down and actually talk about what's going on with ourselves and you know, oh, this is going on with me and I feel this way, then we can actually get to the solution. But instead, everyone's running around focusing on other people and focusing on other things, and it's like that's cool, but what's happening to your spirit? Your spirit and your soul are being tormented because your flesh is ruling you, man. Come on. Wake up. That flesh thing is only there for that 1 millisecond. Your memory, the fact that you keep going back into time for some reason, back to that point, is what keeps you there. It's different when you have like the PTSD. For those that don't have PTSD and just have like a grudge to pick, like you're rotting. It's like you gotta quit. Yeah, that's the thing. I just seek to. I'm honestly, I just seek to go home. Like I want to go back home. I want to see mom. I want to see dad. I want to do whatever the fuck I was doing. In the astrals. I don't know what I was doing in there before I came here. I just want to come back. I don't think it harms the skin. I don't know. It dries it out because it's a chemical. And because of the alcohol content in it. But I wouldn't say that that's like fully damaging. Because I used to use Vicks oil all the time. That was my go-to as a child. That was the only thing that would help my nose unclog. Um, we didn't have the gel, but we had these little like the little pouches that you would put in like the nightlight. And I remember there were some night I shouldn't have done it because it was really stupid. But there were some nights where I couldn't breathe, and I put the thing up directly to my nose and was like letting it clear it out that way. Not a smart idea. Don't do it. Um, it kills brain cells, obviously. But I just could not breathe. And I'm just getting flashbacks of it because I can't breathe now, and it's like, what would past me do? Put my nose up to a Vic disperser and inhale it to vaporize all the things in my nose. No, it is OD. Dude, I couldn't handle it. Because it would be at night, and I'd be like, I just want to sleep. I'm trying to go to bed. And I would breathe for like 2 minutes and then go to no, like, unable to breathe. So I would just sit there and, like, force smell it. And it worked. And it got my nose unclogged, and I was able to breathe, and at least enough till I went to sleep. But the next morning, when I woke up, dude, that shit was awful. It did not feel fun. Um, it does work. You know, it works. Because what my mom would do with the Vicks rub when we finally got the rub and stuff, if I couldn't breathe out of my nose, we just rub that shit right on your upper lip, and that shit would clear out your nose. It was perfect like that. You could put it on your lymphatic system, like on your necks, and that would help relieve pressure and also help with declogging yourself with mucus and stuff. Like it worked. It's good. Um, I think I talked for about 10 minutes. I don't remember the time being that way. But yeah, it's 140. It's not 140, but I've been it's been 140 minutes live. So I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go bye. I'm gonna go beddy bye. Thank you all for pulling out tomorrow. It depends on when I arise. When I rise, but I will be back. If I can be, I'll be back like in the rising kind of early. And if not, I'll be on at like 2 or 3. Can I stop hiccuping? I'll be back. Oh, it almost happened. Anyway, I'll be back at like 2 or 3. Um, and then probably again at night. But I'm gonna try and get another video out Obviously the shorts. I'm gonna try and get a video, maybe another talking video on like a subject, and then the cups video out. Um, as far as that, I'm gonna do this before I do the outro. I'm gonna get y'all a pocket animal. I'm gonna get y'all one animal card, one pocket animal, as an entire as an entirety before I leave. And this will be how we part ways with this one animal card. And we have Dragonfly, element of the air. That's Firefly. It's close. That's not what I'm looking for, then. Dragonfly is master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal. Get out of here. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind. It is always moving, shifting, and shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, and magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate and busy minded. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. And we were just talking about breathing earlier with Daniel, so breath work. That's what we're doing. But that is the collective animal card. But yeah, I'm gonna go Betty Bye. Thank you all so much for being here, for hanging out. The familiar names and everything is beautiful. The email's there if you're interested in getting a reading from me. Whether it's a shadow reading, a tarot reading, your astrology chart reading, an angel reading, however, email me about it. We'll talk about it. The donation stuff is down there if you wish to donate to me. My website's there for also for other for my other things. My other services. I don't know why I keep saying things. I want to say services. My other services. I can't pay for the subscription anymore, so it doesn't have all my services. So if you're wanting services from me, it's best just to email. But regardless, there's all that information. Everything else can be found in the description as well. But regardless, I appreciate all of y'all for being here. I love each and every one of y'all to the moon and back tenfold and forever, and I will